Hi, thanks for watching. My name's Mary. On my channel, I do affordable fragrance reviews from mostly Bath and Body Works and Victoria's Secret, other places like Dossier, Middle Eastern perfumes, Sniff, and any other good deals I can find. But I have something new and kind of different today. So I actually have two fragrances from this newish dupe house, I guess, called the Clone. And they are inspired by Baccarat Rouge and Lost Cherry. So I'm going to talk about these. I'm going to talk a little bit about the company and do some comparisons to Dossier, as well as for each of them, I have a non-Dossier comparison as well. So if that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned and I'll be right back. So I got my hair cut right after work, so it's looking nice if I don't say so myself. Usually when I film a video, my hair hasn't been washed for at least 24 hours. It's usually not this nice looking. So yeah, if you're wondering why my hair always looks oily, it's because I film these videos before I take a shower. So yeah, this is a company called the Clone, and they actually reached out to me, so I was a little shocked by that, and offered to send me some fragrances to review for an honest review. And I replied and I said, do I have to say anything? Is there a script? And they said, no, you just, here's some tips about things you can mention, but this is a totally honest review, and we'll send you a couple fragrances to review, as well as a code you can use if you shop at the website, which is cloneofperfume.com. And my code is Mary Eileen D, which I'll put up here. And I'll also, of course, put all this information down in the show notes as well. So yeah, let me go ahead and just tell you a little bit about the company, and then I'll get into the review. It's handcrafted in the USA, clean, vegan, and cruelty-free. And their scents are inspired by iconic scents. They don't have a ton of scents right now, but I'm sure kind of like I had imagined Dossier was when they first started, that they started with just a selection and they just kept adding to it until they have like a really big library. So I wanted to go ahead and just read off the scents that they currently have available, and I think there's 10 of them. Just in order that I saw them on the website, they have Brave in Love, which is their Killian's Love Don't Be Shy, Brutal Story, which they said fabulous, and I think that they're referring to Tom Ford effing fabulous. I think that's what they're referring to. The scent note sounded like that. Lady on Fire, which is YSL Black Opium, Lost in Symphony, Louis Vuitton Symphony, which I haven't heard of that one. Of course, I've heard of Louis Vuitton before, but I didn't really know they had a popular fragrance. Naked Cherry, which is one of the ones I have, their Tom Ford Lost Cherry. Pleasure Noir, which is Le Labo Santal 33. Rouge Veil, MFK Baccarat Rouge, which is another one I have. And Thunderstorm, which is Creed Aventus. And Ultimatum, Tom Ford Oud Wood. And lastly, Whisper, which is Dior Sauvage. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And the price range for all of these is $35 to $40 roughly. And the concentration for all of them is extrait de perfume, which is actually the highest concentration, which is 30 to 40% of perfume, like oils per volume. So let me go ahead and get into the reviews. All right, so the first one I'm going to start with is their Naked Cherry. Let's see. So that's this one. And this is their Lost Cherry. So I just wanted to show you the box. And then the boxes just all have the label on the back, which says which one it is. Let's see. All right, so it comes in this kind of smoky gray bottle with the label on there. I'm trying to get a good view. So I do like the smoky bottle. I think that's pretty. And the label is nice in that I know I was complaining in a previous Dossier review that for some of the fragrances, like the labels are bubbling up and they're kind of like thin. Like this is a nice thick label and it's nice and like flat on there and it's got like a nice texture to it. Now the one thing I will say is that these lids are not very good. So I think the other one, the Baccarat one, sometimes the lid like comes apart when I'm taking it off. Like this is like 2 pieces and one piece will come off and the other one will stay on there. So that would be my only criticism of the packaging. The sprayer is pretty nice. Ugh. Otherwise, I like the packaging. So let me just go and give the top notes. And I think these are probably pretty similar to the notes for Tom Ford Lost Cherry, but I didn't really like do a direct comparison. But it says top notes are black cherry, cherry liqueur, bitter almond. Middle notes are griotte syrup. I don't know what that is. I'll have to look that up. Turkish rose, jasmine sambac, and base is Peru balsam, roasted tonka bean, sandalwood, vetiver, cedarwood, and clove. So from what I remember, that sounds a lot like at least the Dossier version of the notes. So I already sprayed this a little bit, but let me spray a little bit more. And I have been testing these over the past week or so, wearing them throughout the day, comparing them. So you can see I've made a little bit of a dent. So this opens up with a nice, deep, smoky cherry, which is just what I like. And it's very rich, and you do get like some of the almondiness in there. And it's not super like cough syrupy or anything like that. So yeah, to me, it's just like mostly like smoky cherry, and I love a smoky cherry. So I was actually really like pleased with that when I first smelled it. So yeah, it's very woody. I think the smokiness is probably coming mostly from the Peru balsam. I think that's probably like a smokier wood. Florals are not heavy, not super noticeable. Let's see. I'm going to look up what this griotte syrup is since I have my computer right here. Okay, so it says griotte syrup is a rich, tart French-style cherry syrup made from morello cherries. Morello cherries, offering a deep red color and intense flavor, perfect for cocktails or sodas. Sounds good. I want to try that. I want to try adding that to my drink. So for each of these, like I said, I'm going to compare to the Dossier version and then one other similar scent. So here's my ambery cherry from Dossier. Yeah, so this also is like Peru balsam, tonka. It has cloves, rose, jasmine, so very similar notes. So let me just put this one here. So I thought I liked this. I thought I liked the Dossier one until I smelled this one from the Clone. In comparison to the Clone one, it's like a lot flatter. It just doesn't have like the smoky depth to it. It's got a little bit more of like a fresh cherry vibe, so I do feel like the Dossier one does smell more like a bowl of like fresh cherries that you're biting into, but it doesn't have like that smokiness that I really like. I'm almost getting like a chocolate note from the Dossier one, but yeah, for the Clone one, I'm just getting more of that rich smoky cherry, which is what I like. So I mean, they're both good, but I do, between those two, prefer the Clone one. The other one I'm going to compare it to is Cherry Ambition from the Seven Virtues. And a while back, I did a like all my cherry fragrances review. At that point, I have gotten more since then, and this was my favorite. So I had sort of ranked all of them at that point. So yes, Seven Virtues is my favorite cherry. And this one's almost like a little bit more herbaceous or something, but also like really smoky. This one's really, really smoky. So this one is smoky, it's deep, it's cherry, it's herbaceous, it's sweet. It's got some chocolate in it too. So it's amazing. So, I mean, the Cherry Ambition is still really good and probably my favorite. But if I was going to rank these, I'd say Cherry Ambition first, and then the Clone one, and then the Dossier. So I've never smelled the actual Tom Ford, so I can't speak to that, but I would just say, like, based on my understanding of that scent from having smelled a lot of the sort of Tom Ford inspired fragrances, that this one is probably pretty accurate and also just really nice smelling on its own regard. So then, speaking of things like longevity and sillage, so a couple days in a row, I sprayed these on in the morning, and then, throughout the day was seeing how long they last for. So on one hand, they do last a long time. So the longevity is quite good, even up to the point where like you can smell it all day long. But the sillage is not very good. So I can smell it, but it's like a skin scent. So after the first couple hours or so, I'd say that these are more like you really have to put your nose to your skin to smell it. So it'll still be there in the evening after a long day, but it'll be like you have to smell it. Put your nose to it to smell it. So yeah, it's kind of like mixed in that regard. Okay, so this one is Rouge Veil, which is inspired by Baccarat Rouge. Probably the most famous perfume at this point, besides Chanel No. 5 or something. I was like kind of a tangent, but like I teach high school students and I always have these like fragrance little mists and stuff like that from like Pink on my desk. And this girl came up to me and she's like, "Oh, this one smells really good." And she's like, "But I don't like it quite as much as my favorite perfume." And I was like, "Oh, what's your favorite?" I was expecting her to say like Miss Dior Sherry or something like that. She's like, "Oh, I can't remember what's it called." She's like, "It's got like a red label, kind of got yellow it," and then eventually she's like, "Oh, it's called Baccarat Rouge." I'm like, "That's your favorite fragrance?" You're like 15 years old. So I was a little shocked by that. So yeah, very iconic fragrance at this point. Yeah, so Rouge Veil. So let's look at the notes for this one. Once again, packaging is the same, and this is the one with the lid. I don't know if it'll do it now, but the lid can come apart sometimes when I'm taking it off. All right, so this one is top notes of saffron and jasmine, middle notes of amberwood, ambergris, and base notes of fir, resin, and cedar. So let's give this one a spray. So I'm definitely getting the fir off of this one, like right off the bat. So I'm getting that kind of like fir balsam, balsamic quality. So it's kind of got this like sticky, sappy kind of piney quality, which is in Baccarat Rouge. It's not super sweet. So compared to some other versions of Baccarat Rouge, I'd say this one is more leaning on the unisex side. And then, yeah, and then you're just getting some of the warmth from like the ambergris. Yeah, so it's amberwood, ambergris. So yeah, from this I'm mostly getting those things. I'm getting the fir, I'm getting that balsamic quality, I'm getting some woodiness, and then I'm getting like the warm sort of amberiness. And it's pretty linear. So this one I noticed didn't really change a lot over the course of wearing it. It did smell pretty consistent throughout. And same story with the Lost Cherry. You can smell it all day. It becomes a skin scent after like 2 or 3 hours. Here's Dossier Ambery Saffron. And this one, saffron, cedar, some similar notes, some different ones. So this one lists like orange blossom, for instance, in it, which is a little different. I did have a actual Baccarat Rouge, like small little one that I got from Mercari a couple months ago, and it's gotten completely off. So I think when I got it, it was fine, but I don't know why. It's completely bad now, and I keep it in a dark closet, so I have no idea why it went off. So yeah, I have smelled the original Baccarat, but I don't have it to compare to because that one sadly went completely bad. But I kind of remember what it smelled like. So the Dossier one, that you definitely, are getting like the same scent, but this one's more floral and it's more saffron. So versus the Clone one, which is very piney, and the balsamic quality, the ambery quality, this one I'm getting more of the saffron and the florals. Yeah, so I'm getting a little bit of that orange blossom. I'm definitely getting the saffron. It's a little sweeter. It's a little bit more on the feminine side. So I like both of these about the same because I feel like you almost want to combine them together. Like they would layer really well to make a really, really good Baccarat dupe, because one of them has that really good piney resinous quality and the other one has the really good saffron quality. So I feel like, if anything, like layer these two together to get a really, really solid dupe of Baccarat. And then I'm going to compare it also to Bath and Body Works First Sight, which I think is Bath and Body Works' best version of a Baccarat type scent. They have other ones like In the Stars, they had Seeing Rouge, but I think this one is probably the most similar to like the original Baccarat. This one's like a little woodier and smokier. It's kind of like fruitier in a way. Yeah, I feel like this one has like a fruity, like orange and plum or something like that. And it doesn't have as much of like the pininess or the saffron, but it has that Baccarat quality, that you know it when you smell it. It's like that airy, sugary quality that makes something kind of like a dry airiness to it that makes something smell like Baccarat. I'm having a hard time ranking these because they all smell good, but in different ways, and they all smell like different facets of Baccarat Rouge. Overall, I'm quite impressed with these, and I do want to try some of the other ones, like maybe the Killian. Their, let's see, what is it called? Brave in Love is what I'm probably most interested in. Maybe their Fabulous, if that's the effing Fabulous, because I have a small one of that, but I do like it. So yeah, I mean, I think that these are solid. They're price wise pretty similar to Dossier prices. I think when I looked today, it was also like they had a deal like buy two get one free. So I'm not really sure how often they have deals like that, but it's worth checking out. Once again, I have my code, which I'll put below, which is for 15% off your order. I'm assuming you can only use that once. So yeah, I think that these are just as good quality as something like Dossier, if not better. They're very like authentic smelling to the original product from my understanding of the original product. And they smell good quality. They don't smell like cheap or artificial or anything like that. So I just want to thank the Clone so much for sending me these two fragrances. I plan to continue wearing them now that my testing week is over. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you try these out, or if you've heard of this brand before, or if you're thinking about trying it out. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time.